without you guys are supporting all that are happening in this country called Nigeria. I also wonder how people get so proud when they travel outside country, seeing how democracy work there. It is very shameful how the so-called elite behave like stacker illiterate. Nigeria as a country is so behind comparing to other country, and none of these people care about the masses. See, nothing happens to our democracy. Yes, it is nemesis of a mandate stolen from the majority of true Nigeria voted to lead them. Remember, Obi cried bitterly for his stolen mandate and failed to do the right thing. Today, entire Nigeria are crying with no hope or any angel to come and tell them Akpabio should resign. What is he still doing there? He is corrupt. He is not supposed to occupy that office. I blame the Nigerian army. This can't happen in the days James Babylon, John Zoga, and Jeremiah, Zeni, Abacha, etc., etc. This set of officers above can't tolerate this nonsense happening in this non-democracy. It is nonsense. It is so-called nonsense. Honestly, we are indirectly on the under military zone. It is unfortunate that Pat is allowing this to happen under his watch. I always love to listen to Darlington. They always speak the real fact. And I mean, I will leave the full video for you to, you know how his voice sorting into the year of the understanding. I still your girl EU and 2 Media. Thank you for your massive love and support. It's keep me going. Do well to like, share, subscribe, and turn your post notification bell. Oh yeah, stay blessed and remain blessed.
Expiration of her 6-month suspension. The acting clerk of the National Assembly, Yahaya Danzaria, stated this in a letter addressed to Ms. Akuti Udwagan regarding her earlier notification to resume legislative duties on September 4, following the completion of her suspension. Mr. Danzaria said that the matter was still sub judice due to a pending suit before the Court of Appeal. Barrister Danzo, what does that mean? The fact that she cannot resume her legislative duties at the National Assembly despite the expiration of her 6-month suspension, and that the case is still in court, so it's sub judice. What does that mean?
Esther.
Sir?
In the first place, that excuse is not tenable.
The excuse that the matter is sub judice is not tenable.
That is under litigation.
Okay.
The suspension came before the court action. And they said explicitly 6 months, and that 6 months have elapsed. This lady ought to resume. Then whatever now happens with the court, whatever, you cannot take it off from there. There was never a time or a place where the court said that you cannot resume your duty. Esther, for God's sake, it was Natasha's constituency that sent her to the National Assembly. Not the leadership of the Senate.
Okay.
So they have no right to suspend her. As a matter of fact, they have gone against their own rule, house rule. 14 days now became. On what ground? Esther, on what ground? I said the way these people are doing this, our democracy, is so painful and so annoying. I just finished a show with a U.S. congressman. You know what he said? He said such a thing can never happen. That you can never, no matter what a lawmaker says in the house, you can't suspend him or her. He said they have not heard of such a thing. That he's even wondering where we copied our own democracy. The man said it. I'm not joking. He said it openly. That even this thing we are calling Senate President, there is nothing like that. It is the Vice President of America will now come and preside if there is a tie in the house. That is the Senate majority leader that runs the affairs of the house. So when he hears some of the things happening here that he used to be baffled, he was even wondering where we copied our own democracy, that it cannot be the same American presidency that we are practicing. The man was so surprised. He said it cannot, in fact, he said it can never happen. Nobody can dream of it. But here, it just happened and we don't move on. And you are telling me that we are not behind the human race. Esther, when I tell you this thing, you don't take me serious, Abi. I told you that Nigeria is behind. the human race by 50 years. These are the facts. Esther, these are the facts. You made your own house rule for 14 days suspension, and now somebody, because of arrogance and impunity, he took it to 6 months. And the court did not find anything wrong in that. And now that lady, like we just discussed, she may not come back to that house until after 2027.
So who are those representing her constituents?
What will they do?
Does the Senate have the rights to impede a certain constituent in a state from being represented? What about projects that are meant to be carried out in that state? Okay, is it the governor that is in charge, or is it Yahaya Bello, who obviously is no longer the governor of Kogi State, or what exactly does that even mean?
Esther, what since had happened? A governor that was elected by the people was thrown out and suspended from office, and a military man is now doing the work of a governor. And even swore in, elected the local government chairman or appointed local government chairman. Esther, look at what these people are doing to our democracy. Look at what they are doing to our... Esther, somebody will say, you don't like Tinubu, you don't like APC. Esther, how can I be happy with this type of behavior? No, tell me. Any sane person will never tolerate this type of behavior. Because we are destroying the institutions, destroying our democracy, destroying our future. What are we bequeathing to the junior ones or to the generation coming behind? What are we bequeathing to them? Esther, what are we bequeathing? Do you know that it will take over 50 years now for us to recover what APC have done to us in Nigeria? 50 years will not be enough.
I want to understand what the legality is in saying that the matter is sub judice, and that's why she cannot resume.
Yes,
Serap has asked her to resume. PDP has asked her to go to national and resume her legislative duties. So what is the legal? Where is the legal backing coming from for this?
Now, let me tell you. That's why I told that excuse is not tenable. When a matter is in court,
okay,
you don't take it to the marketplace and be talking about it and all that. You don't do analysis on it and all that. That's what it means, because the matter is before the court. So in order not to preempt the decision of the court, you cannot discuss or talk about it.
Barrister, let me read this. No administrative action. Okay, I am further directed to inform you that your suspension was with effect from Thursday, March 6, and draw your attention to the fact that the subject matter of your suspension is presently before the Court of Appeal. The matter therefore remains sub judice until the judicial process is concluded and the Senate formally reviews the suspension in light of the court's pronouncement. No administrative action can be taken by this office to facilitate your resumption. You will be duly notified of the Senate's decision on the matter as soon as it is resolved. Please accept, distinguished Senator, the assurances of my highest regard. So what if the court decides to take their sweet time in resolving or coming to a conclusion on what matters? Until then, the people of Kogi Central will have no representative at the National Assembly.
Is akin to suspending this lawmaker, just like they blame Fubara.
I don't understand. Is akin to suspending the lawmaker?
The lawmaker, yes.
She's being suspended.
No. That is suspending her responsibility for her people, to her people. That you are telling her that the people of Kogi Central, you don't have a senatorial representative. That is the meaning. The same thing they blamed Fubara for doing. Esther, can you see contradiction? Even the court has frowned at that. They don't need to suspend her, because in that hollow chamber, whatever you do or say, you are covered. That is it. You are covered, because if you begin to mortgage the senators or the lawmaker, that means they cannot express themselves freely. That is why within that hollow chamber, whatever you say or do, you are covered under the law. So why have they not taken their own extra? What do you call it? Taking extra measures against this lady because she's a woman.
My question is,
so many men have been dealt with in this manner, but they came back.
But Barrister Darlington, can you recall when this matter happened? What was the saying they told us? That the House has its mandate to institute disciplinary measures on any of their erring senators or House of Rep members based on their rules and regulations. Or something like that. I remember when that matter went to court, they were like, it is left for them to resolve it. A committee was meant to be set up in the Senate to understand what kind of punitive measures will be given to Natasha for not obeying. I think it was an ethics situation, which obviously was within the jurisprudence of the House to resolve. So in this particular case now, they are saying that until the appeal court does what it needs to do, why is the appeal court taking this long after 6 months to
all of a sudden this Senate is now obeying court order? All of it.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lawal Kundaya, good evening. How are you?
Remember that
Welcome.
after the appeal court, it will still go to the Supreme. I hope you know. Yes, now, if it is in favor of Natasha, Akpabio will appeal it. That's the truth. They will go to Supreme Court. By that time, in fact, we have been talking of 2028.
So what are the people of Kogi doing about this, especially Kogi Central?
What do you expect them to do in the first place? What do you want them to do? So
you mean no projects, no administrative activities, no developmental projects within that constituency has gone on for the past 6 months, and there's a tendency that it will elongate further?
And they will still go there to campaign for votes in the next election.
So all the monies that are meant for senators and House of Rep members,
yes,
I heard 2 billion per month for their constituency project. Natasha has been denied it, or that Kogi Central has been denied it.
Of course.
So for the past 6 months, all of that money is being kept somewhere, or they are giving it to somebody?
Kept for who? Will you even ask for it? They will tell you there's no money. What will you do?
No, but is it right for a section of the people to be underrepresented and nothing done, and their monies and the monies meant to be allocated to them for developmental strides are denied them?
Esther, all the things they denied the Fubara, did you hear that they will give it to him back when
Barrister, there was an administrator there put in by the president. The president imposed somebody there to administer. Nobody is administering while Natasha is on suspension.
No. Akpabio is carrying out that responsibility now. He decides what happened in Kogi Central now. Akpabio decides, yes.
Is there any formal notice to that? Or it's basically how it is?
Who told you that you do things formally here? No, hold on. For you to have suspended her, that means you have taken away that right from the people of Kogi Central. You have taken it away from them. And so whatever you like, we can do with it. Just like the lawmaker, U.S. congressman we discussed with this evening was saying. He said that it is unheard of in the U.S. He said that for you to do this kind of thing, that is not done. It's unheard of. That no matter what you do or say in the hallowed chamber, you are covered. It doesn't require all this suspension or whatever. He said it doesn't require it. But here, because of impunity and arrogance, you can see when little men have some small power like this, it enters their head and they begin to act like a god.
Who is the little man?
Esther, no matter how big a man is, as long as he's acting like a baby, he's a little man.
So Akpabio is acting like a baby?
Well, how do you describe it? When you are going against your own house rule, you say 14 days, Esther. 14 days, clearly stated and written. So what brought about 6 months?
It's actually funny how all of a sudden the house decides to follow its rule book.
No, ask me, did she kill somebody? What is that extra thing she did that warranted the 6 months instead of 14 days?
So what about the committee that was set up by the president to investigate this? Remember that the vice president, the NSA, the AGF, they were all part of an elite committee to look into the matter. So where
nobody was even invited though. Nobody, are you aware? Nobody was invited to even discuss that matter or to even ask questions. Both Natasha and Akpabio, none of them was invited. So the committee have just died a natural death. It's as simple as that. That is the type of democracy you are practicing. Nothing is formal here. They just wake up and take decisions.
Mr. Lawal Kundaya, how do you see this development?
It's Barrister Darlington said that it will take us 50 years to put things back in. I would say it will take us like 500 years because we are not even in the verge of stopping. You know, when you stop, that's when you begin to grow. But we are not even stopping the falling. You get it? We are not stopping. We are still falling. So when are we going to stop to begin to now count that we are going up again? We are not. We are falling badly. Down, and down. So it will take us like 500 years before we can set this country back. Because what exactly, even the National Assembly is, the Senate is sworn in to obey the constitution. Am I right, doctor, barrister?
That is they are the law.
They are sworn in.
They are the lawmaker.
To obey the constitution. The constitution empowers you. Whatever law you made in your house, whatever regulations you made in the house is subjected to the constitution. Your officer, whether you are senate president, whosoever you are made that by the constitution that you sworn to obey, and then you are acting outside the constitution as if you are a dictator. I don't understand anymore. I don't.
Maybe we ask for democracy. We are seeing it now.
I don't. That's why we should ask the person who gave us this democracy in the first place. Where did you get your own? Yes, we should ask him. I think it was we should ask the president. Former president Obasanjo. Where did you get this democracy from? You tell us where you copy it from. You tell us which principles or philosophy you are using. It should come out, because I don't understand what exactly is going on now. Where are we going to go? Everywhere now. We can't. Another cannot step somewhere. If you go to court and you see the way they romance everything, and you'll be wondering what type of judgment is this?
Delay in the court, actually, because now when you say you're waiting for the court, there are talks that normally they're usually being induced or influenced.
So why are they buying them jeeps? Why is the executive buying them all this?
No, wait. You know, it is only when the CJN is leaving office, during their valedictory speech, you now hear them telling us all the bad things they went through, how the politicians was inducing them, how judgment is now cash and carry, how the politicians did not allow them to work. Only when they are leaving office. Go and read the valedictory speech of Ariwola when he was leaving office. All this, I said, what? So this thing happened under your watch, and you are telling us now because you are leaving office, Abi? You can imagine all the injustices that were done.
You can talk about Malamina that is complaining about the government. We wonder whether you were not 80 years.
I went to visit him.